Hey everybody, how's it going? Um, so um I'm gonna try not to get too emotional here. But last night when I was at work, I got the news from a friend of mine that Akira Toriyama um I, s- I said I wasn't gonna get emotional, man. I'm sitting here snorting. Um the news hit me by surprise and it hit me kind of hard. Um I don't think people realize like uh, I think Akira Toriyama meant a lot to a lot of people, but for me, he meant a lot to for me personally, and I think around people around my age, it affects very much, because today everybody takes anime for granted. You go on Netflix and there's like a million different animes. You go on Hulu, there's a million different animes. There's anime conventions. Like that. It was so unheard of when I was in high school, growing up. When I was a freshman in 1999, it wasn't cool to watch anime, and people didn't know what anime was. It wasn't commonplace. You would be lucky if maybe one other person or two people in your class watched anime. So it was something that was really weird. Now when you like now it seems like you're the weird one if you don't watch anime. Akira Toriyama and his Dragon Ball manga that was then adapted into anime. What Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z did was made manga. What it did for North America was it introduced America to anime, and I'm not saying that it was the first anime in America because that's not true. There was like anime movies and all kinds of stuff. Sailor Moon came out before Dragon Ball in the United States. There was anime in America, but Dragon Ball Z is what sparked the popularity. Like you would go to like stores and you would see Dragon Ball Z VHSs back, yeah, that back when VHSs. And I remember I used to buy them because when you put them together, they made a picture on the side and all that stuff. And today I just kind of want to talk about my experience with Akira Toriyama with Akira Toriyama and what he meant to me personally. Because like I said, I think we take anime for granted now. It's so commonplace. It's the cool thing. You go everywhere. There's anime everywhere. You go to Walmart. There's like 5 million, different anime shirts. But Akira Toriyama affected my life personally. There's three people that influenced my life and the way I am today, and that is Stan Lee, with the way he did his comics and his characters and put so much realism and humanality into those characters. George Lucas, how he revolutionized the film industry and the characters about wanting to branch out and be more. And Akira Toriyama, um, what he did for me, just not in terms of his storytelling, but in his art style as well. I've been an artist. I've drawn stuff my whole life. My dad was an artist, and I inherited his skills. And I was really influenced by Akira Toriyama's art style. I really liked his art style a lot. Whether you're going back to like stuff like Dragon Quest here, Dragon Quest, the original Dragon Quest, Chrono Trigger, Chrono Cross, like so many different things. The he influenced Blu-rays, video games, anime, like everything. Like this guy was so influential into my childhood. And I was first introduced to Dragon Ball in my freshman year of high school. It was, believe it or not, it was Dragon Ball GT, which is not a good thing. Um, but I remember a couple of my friends used to skip lunch and go to a science class during their lunch break, and they would have these bootleg Japanese, no subtitles, nothing, Dragon Ball GT videos, and they would just watch it. And I still remember the first, like I didn't get it at first. I didn't like it. I'm like, man, you guys are kind of, this is stupid, right? And I still remember the first episode of Dragon Ball Z I ever watched. I remember it was a Saturday afternoon, and No, it wasn't a Saturday afternoon. It was right after school one day. It was right when Toonami was saying, I was like, all right, I'm gonna give this thing a shot. And it was Trunks telling Goku everybody's gonna die in 3 years. And like I didn't know these characters by name. I'm just like, oh, this purple hair guy's from the future, and he's telling the main hero, like, no, you're gonna die, and everybody you love is going to die in 3 years. And that was unheard of from an animated show at that time. Like probably the most adult show we probably got at that time was like Gargoyles or X-Men, not like the X-Men animated series or Gargoyles. Probably the most adult themed series in terms of animation. So to hear this character come back and say, "Look, everybody's gonna die," I was like, "Oh my god, I gotta watch what's gonna happen. I need to know what's gonna happen," and I instantly started clicking with me, and then it took over the art aspect of my life where I just started just drawing Dragon Ball Z all the time, man. I mean, this man is so influential on my life. Like I have Dragon Ball Z tattoos. Like 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 yeah, get the mic. Like I got my Vegeta, my Gohan, my Majin Buu, my Kid Buu. I have Vegeta on my leg. I have Videl on my calf. I am branded with Dragon Ball and Akira Toriyama's work. And when you go over to Twitter, there's so many people, just throwing out their thanks and just showing how much he means. This one gets me kind of hard. This one right here. Um, it says, if you guys ever see this, sometimes you see it where they have a pet and it says it's time to go, and he's like, was I a good pet? He's like, no, you're the best. It's the same thing, but they did with Akira Toriyama, and it's fortune teller Baba. Oh man, it just, I don't know, man. It just hit a little different. Like it didn't really hit me last night because I was at work and I was doing so many different things. But just processing it now, and just scrolling through Twitter and just seeing, the people, and like I just, a lot of people don't really understand. I think like common people don't understand. I live in Orlando. And we have like we have restaurants like Super Saiyan and stuff like that, which is probably just gonna be crazy this weekend. Just going there, they're probably gonna be doing something massive for Akira Toriyama. I'm gonna try to get over there, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to, um, because I think it's gonna be so busy. But just seeing the outcry and people just showing the respect, it's and the thing is, like I said, I just feel like a lot of like common people don't understand. Oh, he drew Japanese comic books. It's more than that. It's more than that. When you go back and you look at Akira Toriyama and what he did, and he's not like I said, he's not the first one, but he was the one that really broke out in North America and made it so popular. He was like the first. And then came Yu Yu Hakusho and Cowboy Bebop and Rurouni Kenshin and Naruto and all these things. And all that stemmed from what Dragon Ball did here. And like but yeah, just seeing everybody's stuff on Twitter just kind of bringing out the emotions on me. Um but a lot of people feel the same way I do. But yeah, he was extremely influential in my life. and it sucks that he's gone, but like he's gonna live on. He's gonna live on in a different way. Everybody's gonna remember his work. Dragon Ball is just as popular now as it's ever been, and yeah, he as a creator made me as an artist and a creator like so much better. Like people may not know this, but there would not be my YouTube channel if it wasn't for him. If it wasn't for Dragon Ball, because I wanted to talk like on my old channel, my old Storms Inc. channel years ago. I used to talk about Dragon Ball Z all the time. Like I was covering Dragon Ball Evolution when it was still in production. I was covering it heavily. I was doing Dragon Ball Z video game, even on my gaming channel right now. Last month I went back and I redid like a deep dive retrospective on all the Dragon Ball Z Budokai games over on my gaming channel. I just went over there. Like he's still influential to me. Like if it wasn't for Akira Toriyama, like yeah, like I wrote a book. I wrote a book with my friend Adam, and if you read that book, there's things that's very influential from Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, just the way the character developments are and stuff like that. He was able to show me that different storytelling aspects. It was different than North American comics. North American comics, for the most part, is like, hey, you read this comic, you have this thing, and boom, where manga and Dragon Ball Z was like always a cliffhanger, leading you into the next chapter. It was arcs, it was sagas, whether it be the Cell saga, the Frieza saga, the Boo saga, and there was always something there that would give you some sort of lesson without preaching to you. And seeing how he brought into like Goku and Gohan, it makes you want to be a better person too. And that's important too, to be someone who can influence people like Vegeta and Piccolo and take these people who were like bad people and show them that they can be better. It was more than just a manga and an anime, because just like Star Wars is more than just Star Wars. George Lucas, like what he did, it speaks to so many different. Akira Toriyama did that when it came to anime and manga. Um, and like I said, he has so many different things. Like they even have an upcoming game called Sandland, which is based off of Akira Toriyama's manga Sandland. If you ever read it, Sandland, it's a short manga. It was published in the early days of Shonen Jump here in North America. A game I'm very much looking forward to because I loved the manga, you know. So like he's still being influential today. Like he's gonna live on in not only Dragon Ball but Dragon Quest and all this other things, and it's gonna hit a little different when the new Dragon Ball manga comes out, or not manga, but the new anime comes out. What I think 2025 or later this year, or something like that. It's gonna hit a little different, you know. Just like when we read Dragon Ball Super, it's gonna hit a little different. You know, it it's crazy. It, I keep saying how influential he is. I wish you guys would know. Like there's been some people like because of Dragon Ball, I have certain friends, people that I consider friends, like Neil Game Sparks and Goshen and all these people that I met on YouTube, like Tenfiabis, all that I met from YouTube through Dragon Ball, and it's been very, very important to my life. And like even if you look at my little den in here, everything is anime and Akira Toriyama Dragon Ball inspired, So like he's everywhere. He's everywhere. I look at my wrist, he's there. I look at my arm, he's there. My wardrobes, about 65-75% of my t-shirts are all Dragon Ball shirts. So he's very influential. But just going through and seeing stuff like this is very, very heartwarming. And it does, it hits different. And just seeing the respect that everybody's showing, it means a lot. It really means a lot. So I'm gonna go. I didn't mean to cry for like 15 minutes. I just kind of wanted to talk about my thoughts of Akira Toriyama and what he meant for me as a creator. And yeah, that's pretty much pretty much it. And I don't even think I even got my. I was so busy just crying. I don't even think I even touched the surface of what Akira Toriyama meant to me. I don't think I can put it into words. I don't think no matter if I would have, a week to write down the words what Akira Toriyama meant to me, I probably wouldn't be able to put it in exact words. Um, but I'm gonna go, guys. I'm gonna I'm gonna go. Um, thank you all so much, and be kind to people, man. You never know what's gonna happen. Be kind to people. Don't be a dick. You know, don't be a dick. Be like Goku. Do what Akira Toriyama taught us to be. Be better. Be better. Bye, everybody.